Good morning. Happy Sunday. It's Sunday as I'm recording this for you. By the time you're watching this, it might be some other day. But actually, what I'm going to talk about today doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what day of the week it is. Sometimes we all need to take a minute to reset and refresh our moods. Now, I'm going to big confession here. Yesterday, I had a terrible day. Terrible day. Could not get out of the mood that I was in. I was stuck in this fug, and it started with skipping a shower first thing in the morning because we were rushing to get out the front door. Didn't have a shower, had to quickly throw myself together, get out the front door yesterday. Um, and I found myself yesterday feeling the heaviness, I think, of lockdown, even though we were out and about with the kids and we were going to parks and doing all the things that we could do within the limitations of being in lockdown. I felt this oppressive feeling of, people talk about feeling lonely even though they're in a crowd. Yesterday, even though we were exercising some freedoms, I still felt contained. We were mindful of our 15-kilometre limit. We were mindful of how long we were out, all of this sort of stuff. So this morning, as I got in the shower, it occurred to me, it's a really good thing to talk about how we can reset and refresh our moods and actually switch them over into something more in tune with how we prefer to feel, right? The first step is always recognizing the mood you're in. And yesterday, I actually, if I'm honest with myself, I actually let myself wallow yesterday. And it's okay to choose to do that sometimes. Sometimes we just need to feel the feelings, right? This is where people talk about toxic positivity, this essential drive to always feel good. Well, that's not reality. That's not humanity either. So yesterday, I let myself have a shitty day. I talked to my husband about it last night. And this morning, I made a conscious decision. I'm not doing that again today. So I had a lovely shower. I pumped up the music. I'm dancing around the bathroom and really doing all the things that I know that work to lift my mood for me. So what do I mean when I say reset and refresh? There are a couple of things that you might have heard in sort of popular culture around, positive thinking, affirmations, all of that stuff is surface stuff and it actually doesn't do much to improve your mood. The whole just think positive thoughts brigade, that stuff's not what I'm talking about at all. What I'm talking about is making a conscious decision to reset where you're at. So if we think about those of us in lockdown or working from home, we're often at our desk all day. We're not taking the breaks that we would perhaps take if we were in the office or at school. And we're sort of churning through and stuck inside, and we start to feel that mental fog and that fug. We get stuck in that kind of mental fug. So we need to reset that. We need to consciously change what we're doing. Really simple hack is to change your posture. And what that does is, in a really sort of simplified way, it resets or uses different parts of your brain than what are being used when you're just stuck at your desk, right? So we're resetting what's going on in our brain by changing our posture. And I mean a big change in your posture. Get up, get out of your chair and move. Doesn't have to be going for a walk for an hour. Literally just getting up and moving and resetting what's going on in your brain can help to lift that fog. It's not the answer for all things, for all people, but it's a great start to resetting what's going on in your brain. Another simple hack is vocalizing. And what vocalizing does, same thing, it accesses different parts of the brain than what we're engaging when we're sitting stuck at our desk or sitting, slumped on the couch feeling miserable and so on. So those two simple hacks of movement or resetting your posture or vocalizing, both of them are employing the brain to get you kick-started into something else, and they actually can be really good for shifting your mood. So one of the things that I tend to do a lot of, you ask my children, they will tell you because it embarrasses them no end, is dancing around the house like an idiot and turning any song I can think of, preferably not classical, into an opera aria. And you name it, I've sung it at them and they have just cringed themselves into disappearance. Those things make my kids laugh, they make my husband laugh, and that absolutely helps with my moods. But also it's movement and it's vocalizing, so it's resetting and shifting what's going on in my brain. I think an important sort of side note here when we're working from home or studying from home, I mentioned this a second ago, is not taking our breaks. So we really need to be disciplined with making sure we're getting rest breaks, so like mini breaks during the day, and stopping for lunch, moving away from our desks, stopping at the end of the day, having a finish time. So in the normal world, I'm sort of lecturing people all the time to take their annual leave or to not work on the weekends. But in this work from home world, we also need to make sure we're taking those micro breaks during the day. So I'm sitting outside talking to you, and people are walking past, and cars are moving about, and my dog's right here. And I'm doing this to demonstrate my top favorite thing that I recommend to clients when it comes to resetting and refreshing. And this is something that doesn't involve being a lunatic. It does involve getting up from your desk, and it involves grabbing a cup of tea or coffee and sitting in a sunny spot. Sitting in a sunny spot and enjoying that cup of coffee or cup of tea or glass of water or whatever it is that you have when you're having a break. Find a sunny spot. It can be inside your home. When I lived in Hobart, my house, my kitchen window had a view over the window, over the river. And what I used to do then was I would grab my cup of tea and I would park myself in the corner of the kitchen window and really enjoy my cup of tea and the view out over the river. Here in Melbourne, it's a sunny spot in my backyard or a sunny spot in my front yard, depending on the time of day. Right behind the camera here is the window that leads into my desk. So my desk in the morning is bathed in sunlight, and so I'll hike up the blinds and make sure that I get that sun pouring in on me to start my day in a really nice way. This taps into a little mindfulness tip called Savouring the Moment, where we're really drawing in on the moment that we're in. So we're not stuck in our head and the thoughts. We're not stuck in that inner monologue that's keeping us feeling really fuggy and awful. We're actually savouring the moment, savouring the sunshine and the sounds and the cup of tea. There's a cup of coffee. Really enjoying being in this sunny spot. 5 minutes, that's all it takes. 1 minute, if that's all you can manage. Getting up out of your chair, that movement, that change in posture, vocalizing, singing to yourself, put some music on, tell a joke, get your kids to tell you a joke, anything, call a friend for 5 minutes, and then sit in the sun with a cup of tea, cup of coffee, and reset and refresh how you're feeling for the day. But remember, it starts with a conscious decision. Recognize the mood you're in, decide to change it, and then do something simple to reset and refresh. And I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. We're about to have barking dogs, I think. Bye.